Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Art of Engineering. Now, it's Tuesday night, and Tuesday night is QRS Morse Code night. What is QRS Morse Code? Well, I'm glad you asked. Slow code, basically, is what QRS code is, and Morse code is a lot of fun, and this video is all about showing you all the fun you can have playing with Morse code. Now, I had a wonderful day today out with the XYL. We were trying to appease the gods. We went to a temple and prayed for a great new year. We went and had some fantastic pastries at one of those Master Chef cafes. Can't remember the guy's name. Hideously expensive, but amazingly delicious. We then went and had a fantastic feed, or actually we had the feed beforehand, had dessert after, of course. We went and had a fantastic Vietnamese meal in Glebe as well. And then it was time to play radios. So the plan is we're going to set up a completely homebrew station to begin with and see if we can get out on my homebrew mooncake transmitter, which is 2.5 watts, and also the direct conversion receiver that I built in an old chocolate box. So let's go.
Daniel John and Racing at yeah, was practicing okay for the future. So a little bit disappointing for the 6-metre net. Okay, VK2WF, the group VK2, Sierra Juliet. Exactly what it's doing. I mean, it could have a antennas falling on the roof, and I would still hear at least an S9. VK2WF, how many?
VK2AAF in the group, VK2 Yankee Echo.
Now, as bad luck would have it, the direct conversion chocolate box receiver was working very well, but I've got two resonators in it, ceramic resonators, one to receive mostly SSB and the other to receive CW. And so I've got the low end of 80 meters and higher up. Now, the QRS net happens at 3540 to 3570 kilohertz, which basically meant the middle section where I couldn't get to with my direct conversion receiver. So we ended up using an online SDR radio until that timed out. And then we went over to listening to my SDR radio, the AirSpy SDR HF Discovery. And that worked quite well too. And then we rounded out the night by playing around on the Hermes. So stick around and see how the adventure unfolds. And the first cab off the ranks that we had was Gary. And this, as you can see, is the VK2 AAK online SDR provided by VK2 AAK, I think it is. And as always, thank you, Andy, for providing this facility for ham, so you can have a good listen on the band, see what's going on. You can also sneak in the sneaky little CW QSO if you're quick enough. And it provides a good amount of time normally. I think it times out at about 30 minutes or so. So a great service. Any hams that are providing online SDRs, I salute you. The next cab off the rank was Peter in lovely Tasmania. Hello. So what we're doing now is we've got our air spy, and I'm going to have to be switching. I'll just show you how I'm doing this, just to show you how naff this all is. Sorry about the shaky camera. I'm going to be switching from rig 5 to rig 1 to go from receive to transmit. I'm leaving the transmitter in transmit while it's not keyed down. It's not a problem. It keeps the oscillator warm, so we won't go drifting off, hopefully. And we're going to have a crack at using the air spy and see if anyone answers. You never know. I just worked a Tasmanian station, so it might actually work. Let's give it a crack. Next cab off the rank was Adrian, VK2WF. Not a QRS call. It was actually further down the band outside that QRS zone. Big shift in gears for me, but we managed to have a quick QSO. So thank you, Adrian, for answering my very warbly and drifty transmitter. And that was my friend. I call him my friend. I'm probably a serial pest for him, but he's very nice to come and answer my warbly, drifty old tone. Adrian was the first person to speak to me on this setup when it was totally homebrew. It was running about 400 milliwatts. It was about at this time that I went from my homebrew mooncake transmitter onto the Hermes, making life easy for myself, a lot easier to listen. It's got good noise reduction and filtering and whatnot. And we worked in a VK5 CZ in South Australia, and that was my last QSO for the evening. Had a fun time. It is a stinking hot day in Sydney. Thanks for sticking around right to the end of this video. If you've stuck around this long, I'm assuming that you're either very interested in starting this journey on CW or you already are very interested in CW. Anyway, have a look at the QRS nets you might have available in your country where you're at. And if there isn't one available, maybe you'd like to start one. Shut up. By taking part in some of these nets and encouraging people to use CW, you're ensuring the future of this mode of communication. It's a great mode of communication. I don't like to proselytize, but I think it is a really fantastic thing to learn how to do as a ham, and it will add value to your experiences also. 7-3, and I hope to see you in the next episode of The Art of Engineering. One more thing to tell you just before you go, maybe to ask you, only about probably less than 10% of the people who actually watch this channel are subscribed. And it would be really helpful to me and certainly supporting the channel if you were just to reach down and click that subscribe button so that it would more accurately represent the numbers of people that are actually watching the channel. 7-3.